It's Hip Hop at Lunch, and we're here with Falyon. So, I know you're from Philly. Can you tell us a little bit about what you decided to make the move to Atlanta? Like, what was going through your mind?
What was going through my mind was celebrities and clubbing and doing random dumb shit. Being a teenager, well, not a teenager. I was in my early 20s. So I was like, shit, man. All the music is popping down there. I was actually doing clothing, so I said, let me go down there and hang out with some of these folks. Went to visit, wound up moving. Actually, music didn't even play a part in my move. Well, the people I was around were artists, so it did play a part in my move. I'm a liar, and you can quote me on that. But yeah, man, just the scene in Atlanta, man. There's a lot going on. A lot of people doing different things, and I was like, kind of sucked up in all of that, and it got me stuck there. So, that's what got me to Atlanta.
Cool, man. And being an artist in Atlanta, is that a disadvantage or an advantage?
It's bittersweet, man. It's like an advantage and a disadvantage. The reason why I say that is because while you're there, you're like, shit, let me do this. This is the town to do it at, and people are definitely gonna notice it. But honestly, Atlanta is not really looking at Atlanta. Atlanta's looking everywhere else. Everybody outside of Atlanta is looking at Atlanta.
Okay.
So, it's kind of like a situation, like if you're from somewhere and you're doing something, you're not really appreciated until you move out or people see you doing stuff outside of there. So that kind of like made me, like, even though I'm not from Atlanta, I've been there for a while, I've been doing my thing, performing and stuff, and working with different people. So it was kind of like, I felt at a point that I was stuck my growth side. It was like, shit, I need to travel. You know what I'm saying? And that's anywhere you're at. If anywhere you're living, if you start to feel complacent, like you're just not really doing nothing, you need to get outside of it. Because people appreciate what they can't touch. If they think you're intangible, then you're God. You're like superhuman. That's why a lot of these people that are on TV 24/7 are idolized. So it's all about perception. But the advantage again is the relationships that you make while you're there. You know what I mean? Like you meet a lot of the people that are controlling a lot of stuff that's going on in the music, and when even though they might not be checking for you at the time, you start getting your face out there, and they're like, well, shit, let me put some eyes on this person, and that's kind of what's going on with me. Like a lot of different social networks and like social media, and then just being out on the scene is helping me out. So like when I start to travel and get away from Atlanta, it's still helping me. It's helping me that I already knew these people because I see them outside of Atlanta.
Okay. Cool, man. And then outside of music, what do you do in Atlanta for fun?
Oh, man. A small term I like to call go digital. No, man, we just, man, we hit up the parties with the free drinks, the free alcohol. Sometimes we get wasted, man. It is what it is. I just like to have fun, enjoy my life, be around women. Falyon is just a ladies' man. I just like to be around women and drinking, This is basically it. Outside of that, man, I'm always thinking about making money and working on different things, different projects. Do some hosting for a thing for Console Kings, and I got a t-shirt line called Soupy Jones. So outside of the music, man, I'm just trying to build my brand and my empire.
Okay, yeah, I wanted to ask you about Soupy Jones. Can you tell me a little bit about how it got started?
It got started with two dudes that just had a name. We were tossing around a name, and we built. We kind of built the idea on just bouncing back and forth stuff, and it's based on a fable. So the fable you have to read on soupyjones.com. I'm not gonna give it to you. I make people work for that. So then when you read the fable, you'll get to know more about it. But basically, man, we just put our ideas out on shirts and different types of clothing, and you know what I mean, and based on the images and stuff around the fable. So that's Soupy Jones.
So did you learn anything working with Soupy Jones? Like, have you had any big problems or?
Man, clothing, man. You learn every day. Like, I don't think there's any successful designer that'll tell you that they're not still learning. Cause you spend so much money just to mess up. But you can never look at it as like you're messing up. You're still learning. You're gaining more knowledge on the industry that you're going into. It's just like with music. Every time you put out a song and it's not received well, just learning. You're like, well, damn, I paid this money for the studio, the mix it, blah, 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 and it wasn't received, so you got to go back in. So that's what anything, so I'm always learning stuff, learning where to place it, who to cater it to, just everything, every day, man. Learning my fans, who likes it,
Okay. And then on Twitter, I noticed you have over 1,600 tweets. So you're really active on that. What are you using it for? Like, you connecting with people or networking? Or?
Twitter is like, man, it's crazy because normally I never felt like I would need a social network in the beginning of everything, back when people were, just doing regular instant messages and stuff like that. But Twitter, man, I'm connecting with people. I'm reconnecting with folks that I haven't spoken to in a long time. It's helping me to build my brand and get my brand out there as Sean Falyon. So if people don't know who I am and know what I do, it allows me to send that question out there, and then if they want to know the answer, I get to answer it within a few seconds or minutes or whatever. And it's pretty much. I don't think I would be in New York today if it wasn't for Twitter. Because Twitter, it was just like, well, shoot, this person's up there, this person's up there, let me go up there. And then looking at Twitter, I saw that people I already knew were up here, and like people I have relationships with already were up here. Like, so it's going to be kind of like a familiar setting. So Twitter has been very great to me and helped me out tremendously. So, yeah.
Definitely. So as far as your music goes, what is it that you bring to the table that makes you unique?
Man, I get compared a lot to Slick Rick and Humpty Hump, and that's like, a lot of people hear those names and like, where does that come from? But it's an honor to me because what I bring to the table is I'm bringing back the storytelling in hip hop. All my music is pretty much storytelling based off of actual life stuff. Everybody says I keep it real. I'm talking about my life, but I talk about real life. Like if I woke up and had a bad day, stuff like that, dealing with women. Just things I want to accomplish, but I make it in a point to where it's interesting, and the story doesn't leave you like, well, why the fuck did he tell me that if I could cuss him? You know what I mean? But I just bring it, and I have like a different delivery and flow. It's more animated, to grab your attention. I'm like against the monotone rapper. You know what I mean? Like even like the older cats that are dope and greats to me. Like people say they monotone, like people think Rakim is monotone, but he's really not, because nobody sounds like Rakim if you listen to his voice, and I just like to have, I always wanted to have a distinct voice that people will always remember, like I got friends that listen to records and say, like records I do with other people, and they're friends, and they'll be like, Dad, it's like I'm waiting for your verse, you know what I mean, like every time I listen to this song, I'm waiting for your verse, and even, if I'm on a song with a friend, I still want everybody to be waiting for my verse. So, that's what I bring to the table, just a difference in the music and a difference in the sound.
Yeah, that's good when people are telling you that. That's really good, man. So you got a message for all your fans out there?
Follow Sean Falyon on Twitter, at Sean Falyon, SeanFalyon. Everything that has anything to do with Sean Falyon and Hip Hop at Lunch, you need to follow and be a part of, and just soak it into your brain and base your life around it. If the kid's crying, make sure Sean Falyon's taken care of first. Then go take care of the kid. All right, and if you're broke, make sure you have enough money to see a Sean Falyon show. That's what you need to do.